Hello everyone, I am Renown Zero, and we are back again talking about yet more Rippaverse Detractors, like this guy here trying to essentially build some drama or instigate some drama between Eric July and Ethan Van Sciver, even though I'm pretty sure he doesn't understand that he contracted Ethan to make a cover for ISOM 2, which is cover B, which you can go pick up at Rippaverse.com even right now. We'll just check it real quick. Currently sitting at $1.743 million, 14,951 purchasers, and even cover B having the most purchases at 10,668. That's the cover by Ethan Van Sciver, which is this one here. That's this cover here by Ethan Van Sciver. If you want to pick that beauty up. To which Mike Wheeler says, Eric July, are you aware that at Ethan Van Sciver and his history of canceling conservatives out of the hashtag Comicsgate movement, are you aware of Ethan Van Sciver's trolling armed hashtag war campaign and their harassment and doxing of people that Ethan Van Sciver has been a part of and approved of? Yeah, we don't appreciate people doing these two things right here, and in any space, anywhere. So of course, he had to get rid of those people out of the Comicsgate movement. We don't condone any of this right here. So yeah, nice try though. This apparent freak. Eric has decided to side with bigotry once again. Shocking. Yeah, because he's talking about that people that put they them pronouns on their resumes are less likely to get hired. Yeah, because those type of people need some mental help for the most part. Especially considering this person's profile saying they're Catholic and then they're bi. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. I don't believe, in my opinion, that those can go together. And then of course you have pronouns in bio, which is weird. And then this weird picture of a bunch of BBWs, like whatever, man, that's your fetish, that's your kink, but that's just a little weird. Actual fandom is rude to his followers. Spider Guy jokes about Eric July's thumbnail and tags a few people. It's this thumbnail right here. What's wrong with your face? He tagged Chloe, he tagged Josh Friedmaster, he tagged Actual Fandom, a bunch of his detractors, to which Actual Fandom responds by saying, don't tag me in this kind of thing, I don't give a crap how he looks, there's plenty to criticize that's more useful. If you can't be bothered to make a real argument, don't give him the attention. I mean, you don't really have any real arguments. All your arguments are, he's a grifter, he's a grifter, he's a grifter, which he's not. And you say he hates comic books, though I'm pretty sure he has more comic books than you do. As much as I respect the Actual Fandom, I think this has kind of put a dent in me. It was a joke about Eric's thumbnail that not another argument gone wrong. I know I'm not looking for my 15 minutes of fame, just connecting people, that's all. Which he says, I'm going to step away from the fandom stuff. It's starting to get to me. Maybe taking away from social media. Of course, these are the type of weirdos that think they can handle real tussles, and they get mad when Eric says stuff like pull up and they think it's a threat. It's so weird. Notice how he mimics Actual Fandom by locking replies as well. Come on, Fandom Actual, why are you angry all the time? You made your follower feel rejected and sad. Do better. Oh, these are the two clowns that pirated ISOM 1. They have some knowledge to drop. Let's take a listen.
Eric July's ism number one. The
ism is spelled ISM. It seems like grammar is not your strong suit. But it just doesn't seem like it's your strong suit.
First entry into the Rippaverse is a fantastically diverse and inclusive woke comic book. It
is absolutely not woke. These people don't even understand the definition of woke at all. But let's listen to what he has to say.
Is
diverse, yes.
Probably one of the most woke, diverse, open-minded, politically, man, Eric July.
Not a single moment of this book do they shove political or social issues down your throat. So it's definitely not something that's woke. And also was never advertised as anti-woke either.
Listen, I had no idea. I didn't know what I was going into reading this comic book. I had no idea your shit was so woke, man. Listen, Zoe,
I also had no idea you were so broke that you couldn't afford to buy the comic book. You had to pirate it. He's in one of my previous videos, so on my channel where he literally shows himself pirating the comic book.
First off, it opens with commentary. The book opens with commentary about how crooked politicians take advantage of public funding, how the former governor Schrack was using funds that belonged to the South Side, okay, which the black side of town, right? And after the funds were reallocated, crime went down, okay?
Okay, so considering that I actually own the book, I can say I bought the book and I paid with my hard-earned money, unlike your brokey ass. Let's go over the book, right? Let's go over the part that you're talking about. So we're going to open up to where you're talking about this first part of the issue. So, the dialogue reads, "We've seen violent crime decrease by 12%, and we're only 6 months into my term." To which the guy responds, "What do we have to do to get some credit around here?" Well, he did finally reroute those funds. Former Governor Schrack left the South Side high and dry. And we can't forget about those masked weirdos helping us out from time to time. They've been killing it lately. Have you seen the chick with the red hair? She could do some things to me. I hear Alpha Core hasn't been needed for months. And who's the new dude that, get the hell out of my office? This is, of course, like the first couple of panels here. So, again, tell me how that's woke in any way.
Opens with political.
Let me know in the comments section down below.
Commentary about crooked politicians, right? Okay. Then the Alpha Core is a multiracial task force. Okay. So I love one of the when the bad guy tells Avery, aka Ism, he says, "You had both of your parents around a good household. You were set up for success." That line is destroying the narratives that perpetuate negative stereotypes about black people coming from single parent homes.
That's just talking about, that's essentially talking about in general that when statistically a child has both the mom and dad in the household, they're more likely to succeed. That's literally all it is. They took it like some type of racial thing. Has nothing to do with race at all. It has to do with the simple fact of statistically proven that when a child has both the mom and dad in the household, they're more likely to succeed in life. It's not hard.
Thank you, Eric July. Okay? Listen, okay? They're letting you know that because they are black, they have to be fearful of law enforcement. He kept that real nigga shit.
Okay, so where I don't think it mentions anything about race at all. I don't think it mentions anything about race in this book. Not in the slightest. I don't even think he mentioned the race.
In this comic, okay? It is woke, okay? Listen, man, the only complaint I have about this fantastically woke, diverse book, this inclusive woke book that speaks diligently on social commentary that affects African Americans, my only complaint is that if you're gonna write a book about niggas, have some niggas in the room when you write the book, okay? That's my only complaint. That's just next time you write a book, Eric July, have some black people in the room, so that way it sounds good. But I'm giving it a B+.
Okay.
Well, they're definitely not gonna have you or the other guy in the room because you're clearly not intelligent enough to figure out that this book isn't woke. So let's move on. We also got Chloe here says, "Yes, there's so much more enthusiasm out there for that boring pile of dog crap you made." Yeah, like like the second campaign isn't at 1.73 million dollars, and the first campaign wasn't at 3.7 million dollars, outselling all graphic novels in the months of May and June. Okay, sure, Chloe, whatever you say. Whatever you say, Chloe. Just weird. Oh, we also have people like Actual Fandom who do things like this. Like, people say it's not right to punch down. Honestly, I would love for this fool to think he's gonna punch down on me because I would absolutely monetize this loser. When someone is desperate for your attention, it's not actually about you. It's about some gaping chasm of insecurity that they're trying to paint over temporarily rather than find value in themselves in their life. The funny thing is, you're doing the exact same thing to Eric July. You make a bunch of videos begging for Eric July's attention, calling him all the things in the book. You're somehow some kind of white savior for big bad Eric July being a mean person and supposedly grifting, right? Remember the person you are. So maybe you should look in the mirror before trying to tell other people that they're insecure about their lives. But this besides the point. You want to say, I'll give him this. He put a lot of work into making money on comics, what you're supposed to be doing when you're, have your passion project, which is essentially what this is for Eric. It's a passion project, and he wants to make profit and grow generational wealth. Long before he ever made a comic, he built an audience of lapsed comic fans on deceptive claims, poor analysis, and after years of fomenting that hate for the industry, he offered the alternative. Yes, he offered the alternative to current Marvel comics, the things that don't, a comic that doesn't push political issues in your face, the thing that actually has black characters that are actually good, they're actually well developed and have a backstory other than just being black, and just a fun and entertaining thing to read with great artwork by industry veterans like Gabe Al-Taib. Yes, the alternative. Not crapping all over your fans, telling them they're pieces of garbage, calling them everything in the book because they don't like your terrible changes to characters that they've known forever. And a comic where they can simply start from number 1 rather than trying to figure out what books they have to buy or what stories they have to get or what stories they have to read in order to keep up with their favorite character. If you want to keep up with Isom, buy book 1. That's all you have to do, unlike Marvel and DC. And for anyone who saw the live stream where Eric July was explaining Spider-Folk and how to keep up with Spider-Man, it was absolutely confusing. It's not like manga where you can pick up number 1. It's not like Isom where you can pick up number 1 and you know exactly what's going on in the story. I'd rather, me as a comic normie, be able to pick up something like Isom number 1 or Cyberfrog number 1 or anything number 1 and have all the details about the character, everything I need to know about the universe by just starting with number 1. But again, according to people like Actual Fandom, having canon and continuity, not having lazy things like multiverses is somehow a bad thing. So you know what type of people we're dealing with here. People like this guy, who I showed in my last video that I just put out. Go watch it if you haven't watched it yet, where he made some cringy video about anti-fandom stew. It's very, very cringy. I actually forgot to prepare people for that cringe. But, man, it's so funny how these detractors really think they can bring down a man like Eric July and start some BS beef, and you have people who talk a bunch of noise about the man's comic and they didn't even pay for it, where I can have the proof that I paid for the comic. These people pirated it and think they're have some amazing ideas about how it should go moving forward and saying a bunch of bull crap that doesn't even exist in the book. But that's all I got for you guys today. I hope this video was informative. Thank you all for checking it out. I really do appreciate all the new subscribers, returning subscribers, new viewers, returning viewers. On our way to monetization. 78 more subscribers as of recording of this video. Hit the like button if you liked it. Comment below what you feel about all this. Do not interact with anyone as shown on this video. Subscribe for more content. Hit the bell for notifications. Set the bell to all. That way you get notifications anytime I post a new video. And I'll see you all on the next one. Peace.